Alright. Can you guys hear me okay? Not really sure about the music yet. Can you guys hear me okay? Oh. Turn this down a tad bit. It's kind of loud. Just a bit. Alright, how the hell do I do this? Let's see if it works. Better now that there's no, Yeah, I'm not sure about that music. Let me just see OBS. What are you doing to me here? What are you doing to me? Monitor. I think that's what I need, right? Monitor 1. Background, delete me. So we want studio. No game capture here, but... Oh, well that's probably why. Because you can't see it. Okay, now you can see it. It'll pop up in a second there. What's up, Rooster? Yeah, you beat Ren. What's up, Tim? What's up, Sly? And there's Ren. Still waiting on Sus. Unless I missed. Hold on, let me see here. Ren, give Sus a poke in the Discord, because this is kind of what it's for. And I had to put the it's free music. It's copyright free. So, but they make you put this little disclaimer in here, which I'm cool with because it's free. And what can you do? Otherwise, it would be a lot of nothing. What are we doing? We're doing some stuff. We're doing lots of stuff. We pull up Mod Organizer. Let me poke Sus in there real quick because he was curious about some stuff. Rooster, you already know all the stuff that I'm doing here. You know all of it. Bam. Doesn't mean much more than getting my stream. You know nothing. You know nothing of my work. Oh my god, this coffee is delicious, by the way. One of my favorite creamers, Sweet Italian Cream by Nestle. It's cheap. It's amazing. If I'm not drinking it black, that is what I'm using. So, I've had issues with my load order, which a lot of you already know. We have fixed most of it. I uninstalled and reinstalled everything. Absolutely I'm talking everything. No, I don't care about that. Let me minimize this. Okay, so now you're going to see nothing. Now you're going to see my MO2. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Basically what was happening is I would go through an entire loadout. I would go into my game constantly to test because at the time with the amount of mods I was running, you can ask Rooster. Rooster can attest to this. I probably pestered the shit out of him on multiple occasions. I would go into test and things would be perfectly fine until I got to my LOD setup. And when I was just running SSE Lod Gen, right here, okay, I had great LODs. I mean, they weren't Dynalod quality, but they were great. It looked really good to me, you know. Um, I had the very first time I had Dynalod set up, John Rose set it up for me because I had never used it before. This is going back a little while. So he basically took control of my PC and he just kind of did all of this magic in front of me. I'm sitting on this end watching it and I'm trying to take in as much as I can, but as fast as he works, it was impossible. I was able to pay attention to most of it and I absorbed probably about 45%. Not even half. I get the basics of it. Now I understand it a lot better. Um, doesn't mean it still works for me. That's kind of the problem. So, uh, thanks, Dan. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm gonna go through some stuff. I'm gonna show you guys a few things that I use as guides. Two guides in particular. Well, technically three. This is. Let me just remember where I'm at here. I'm all the way at the top. This is the Nordic guide, and this is on Nexus. And screw that. We'll just go to the top. Okay. So, Nordic Skyrim, yet another guide to modding your Skyrim Special Edition. And on this panel, we have the Yasht guide. Also on Nexus. Right? Yasht guide. Nordic Skyrim guide. So I believe Nordic has been out for a while. Nordic Zero Cold is the mod author. It is not a mod. There are files here, but you really don't need any. This is a thank you, and this is a load order, right? Everything you need for these guides are in the description tab. Literally, if I scroll all the way down, this has everything, right? Same thing with Yasht, okay? And those of you already familiar with this is probably going to bore the shit out of you, okay? Everything's here. There are tabs, and in these tabs are blue hyperlinks. These are mods. So, I started with Nordic. Yeah, the Nordic guide, and you know what the part that I love about it with Nordic is that you don't need everything. You can pick and choose. You don't need absolutely everything. Whereas with Yasht, you need absolutely everything. Preparation. Let me see here. About the guide. Okay. Okay. I think it's up in preparation. So, first steps. Oh no, it's probably up top here. All right, so with Yasht, and this is what kind of turns me off from using it because I don't like being locked into a particular setup and not being able to omit something that I don't want and add something that I do want. Now, you can still do it, but the way that these are structured, specifically this one, it's going to make your game look absolutely gorgeous. And there is a ton of content in here. And I believe they gave like the PC specs for what you should have as a bare minimum to run, right? But medium to high end rigs, you know, if you have a lower end rig, there are probably some that you should omit. But it states, you know, it's specifically made for people just starting out their adventure in Skyrim, right? By following this guide, here it is, right here. This line here. You won't have the ability to add additional mods or remove the mods that are already included. Simply, there is no choices. Remember this before you start. Also, there is one not safe for work mod included. I'm assuming that's Schlongs of Skyrim. I haven't gotten that far. I've not used the mod. Of course, we all like, you know, gigantic penises on our fellas there, right? I do. But that's what turned me off from this. There are a ton, but the thing is, I go back and forth, right? I'll go back and forth, and I'll go by section from one to the other, and I just kind of compare. another one that I've got down, right? And I'll go back to the top and I can't link it in the description. So this is predcaliber.com. Predcaliber took a lot of his, this is from the 2018, by the way. This is his website, predcaliber.com. Okay. Under tutorials, Skyrim Special Edition 2018. That's what you see on screen here. Now he's doing a 2019 100 mod edition, and then he's doing a full version of this. So this is the, and you're going to hear my headset cut out because that's what happens when there's nothing in the background like game music or anything like that. He's working on a 2019, so he's got the 100 mod edition out already. This is done. This setup's done. The 2018 is the one that I follow because a lot of the stuff comes from Nordic, right? Core mods, but it's a very base setup. If you look where he starts, with this first mod being the unofficial obviously SKSE 64, right? But then he jumps right into the unofficial patch, cutting room floor, a quality world map. And these are all links too. So if I, click on the first, right click on the first one, open link, right? So I can keep this page up and then it just pops up at the top. It brings me right to the unofficial patch where I can just go and download the file, right? All these do. They all do. It's great. For the Nordic guide, it really starts with user interface, SSE engine fixes. And this is a key one, obviously, for anybody. If you're running SKSE, you're going to want this. So I already have it loaded up, but I'll just give you a quick overview. What it states, right? So read the description, right? Unlike certain trolls that were locked out of the Morthal Ages page today, courtesy of myself. Fuck you, Magic Trees, too. You can fornicate yourself with the cactus. I hope that gets to him. Anyway. I'm a little salty about that, by the way. But I locked him out. The guy's got no life. Anyway, the downside with that is it keeps actual users who have actual questions from asking questions. They would have to join our Discord, which I'm perfectly happy about. But because he was flooding it with comment this, and then, oh, can you fix this? I noticed this, blah, blah, blah. No, go away. Engine fixes. So if I go back and read installation. Part 1 can be installed with your mod manager. Part 2 needs to be manually downloaded. So 2 things that you guys have already seen who have used Nexus are download with manager and specifically manual download only. I've got this mod installed. First one, download with manager. Second one, manual download. It populates down here. And what I like to do is plop them right in the desktop. Just like that. But I'm not going to cover the basics so far. What I was going to do, let's see. Hey, so, okay. Nice. That's a really cool icon. Avatar icon. I like it. Nice. Dust piles, no pants. Yeah. I am wearing pants, though, unfortunately. It's kind of cold right now where I'm at. And I'm such a miser that I don't want to turn the heat on yet. But I do have comfy socks, so that kind of makes up for it. Engine fixes. All right, let me get this off here because you guys don't want to see that. So the guides. The guides are great. If you're starting out, if this is your very first time starting out modding, aside from the stuff that you can get from us in Discord, right? I do recommend Predcaliber's 2018 modding guide because you can pick and choose here, okay? And you're not using a lot of scripted stuff. SKSE is pretty basic, okay? It's got a link right here. which will take you right to silverlock.org when it wants to load. My computer's being slow because of the stream and all this other shit that I have on the bottom here, right? Current SE build, 2.0.16, 7 set archive, okay? But he jumps right into the unofficial patch, cutting room floor, and these are where like the separators would be, if you run the separators. Core mods. Then he goes right into large texture packs. Static meshes first, runes clutter improved, ETD, and then, you know, in the off to the side, it's got like what to select from the faux mod, which file to choose here, like second main file for runes clutter improved. Now some of them have been updated. This is, you know, it's this last year's guide, but it's still pretty relevant. Solstheim landscape overhaul, which I know is hidden, but anything that's on the internet once can always be found, which is going in my load order. But let's get to where I'm at right now, since this is basically, you're going to see me walk through some stuff. It's probably going to be boring to a lot of people. What did I get to? So I downloaded static mesh. Let's go over what I have first of all. Alright, so I cleaned the masters. And I'll show you with loot what this will look like to you as compared to what it looks like to me. And I never use the loot or the sort button. This is just for me to see warnings, active plugins, total messages. See, I have 0 errors, but if you look, update ESM, that's all good, right? Dawnguard. I quick auto cleaned it and I manually cleaned it. The Yash guide actually goes into detail how to do this. It is recommended every new install, every time you're doing a setup. Cleaning masters. Click on this here. So you want to go to the Yash guide, or at least have it up, right? You're going to want to... Ooh, hold on, let me close loot down. And I do not want to apply it, by the way. So what you're going to do is you could either select edit to add it, or the gears icon for your modify executables. I know it's going to be kind of hard to see for you guys. You're going to want base SSE edit, and you're going to want SSE edit quick auto clean. You're going to want these two because you're going to use both of them. Okay, this is the manual one, and the quick one's the one you're going to clean the masters with the exception of Dawnguard. Dawnguard, after you quick auto clean it, you're going to run SSE edit manual, and you're going to follow the steps here. So this tells you how to set it up, right? Click on it's a spoiler, but it's basically showing you. You read all this, modify executables, tells you the binary, arguments, quick auto clean, which I have, right? And you could tick this box here to use the application's icons for shortcuts. It just shows their icon. I think it's pretty nice. And then, you know, apply, add, right? Let me close this tab up. So you want to start with update ESM. Launch SSE edit quick auto clean through mod organizer 2. And this is the one part about Yash that I like over Nordic. It gives you the pictures taken, right? This is what's going to pop up. You are going to tick update ESM. Skyrim ESM will auto check itself because it needs to, because it's the master for update. You're literally going to click OK. Wait until you see the finished message. Quick auto clean mode finished. Background loader finished right here at the bottom. You're going to X out. Click OK. You're going to close SSE edit, right? Which is going to be, you know, your mod organizer is going to be locked up. It'll unlock itself. You'll get the little error message up top here saying there's files to overwrite. You can ignore that for now. Okay. After update is done, you move on to Dawnguard. Dawnguard is the only one that you have to do twice, even with the quick auto clean, because you do have to do it manually. See it down here? Manual cleansing or cleaning, cleansing. So when you tick Dawn Guard, both Update and Skyrim, because they are the masters to that, they'll tick themselves, or they'll black check, okay? But you basically do the same thing, right? Select Dawn Guard, click OK, it does its thing, wait till finished, close it. Then you have to do Dawn Guard manually. This is where it gets confusing for a lot of people. But if you go by the Yash guide and you just take your time with this, it's there they go off again. If you take your time with the Yash guide up, it's very easy. Double click Dawn Guard to expand once it's done loading, right? Navigate, and this is how you get rid of, I guess it's like any other edits in here that needed to be cleaned. There's a couple of them. So you'd navigate to cell, which is right here. So you'd expand cell, block 5, Riften Ragged Flagon, 00016 BCF. What you're going to do is you're going to scroll down right here under the Dawn Guard tab, right? Till you see this one here, Encounter Zone, Riften Ratway Zone. You're going to right click and select Remove. Now, I can't actually scroll down here, but it like pretend it's right here, which it is. You're going to right click here, and instead of having this, obviously it's going to have the window in there, and then you're going to hit Remove. Click Yes in the warning window. The warning window is going to pop up right in the center. Click Yes. So after you're done with it, this reference here is deleted. It's gone. This will be green now. Then you have to do cell again. This time block 2. Right here. CW Guard Templates. Right click and remove. If you say right click, see how it says remove here? They even show you. It pops up. Okay. Last one with Dawn Guard, cell. Again. Block 8. Subblock 1. This whole subblock, you would right click, remove it, close SSC edit, saves your work. You do the same thing for Hearthfire and Dawn Guard, but you use the quick auto clean. Okay, so I'm not going to go over those two because you guys have already heard me blabbering about it. What I've got so far. All right, my masters are cleaned. Ooh, I do not want that on. Let me go back to loot again just to show you. Yours are going to look a little different. When you see them, you may see like an orange box somewhere down here. You may have a message on the right hand side, right? Instead of what you should normally see are these with your masters. Okay. Now, I have a couple mods installed already, right? So weapons, armor, clothing, clutter. I have immersive sounds compendium, but I have not enabled compatible. I don't enable my Quinn's patcher until the end anyway. So I know this is here, and I know I'm going to get a message for this. This is fine. See how it's green check? I'm technically okay. I think even without, the patch for this, you're probably okay for some mods, but it is recommended. That's what you use loot for. Don't apply it. Don't, when you go to your plugins, don't hit the sort button because this will whack this all out, and you don't want, like, it just throws, it tries to do a good job of sorting your load order for you, which is what this is, right? But I find that doing it yourself manually works a lot better. I've accidentally hit the sort button, and when you have something like 400 mods installed and you accidentally hit it, it's just like a nightmare. An absolute nightmare to put them all back into place one by one because you've already done it once. I know some people they hide the installed. I like to keep them open and I like to keep everything here because sometimes I do uninstall a mod. Like if I put, let's see, where do I have alternate start? All right, so alternate start's right here. Sometimes I like to install Skyrim Unbound. Uh, and for whatever reason, if I decide I'm going to go with one and I don't want the other, but I don't want to have both of them here, I'll uninstall it. It'll pop it down here at the bottom. Instead of saying installed, it'll be green, like a pale green. It'll just say uninstalled, but I'll have it still here on my list. Um, that's just me. You guys don't have to do that. So I got all the way down. I was basically. Let me go back to Pred Calibers here for a second. I'll see if I can slide this a little bit over. So what I like to do is I like to have. Let me get out of here for the Yash guide. All right, so base textures, right? So we're here. Let me go to base textures here. We will get to EMB because I know that was something that Sus wanted to see. Yeah, Lego has he states it exactly. It mislabels them. Uh, it just throws them out of order. And then when I tried to look at it, and I'm thinking in my head like, well, I have everything already categorized. But now you're telling me that this technically is supposed to have a better priority, and then like I've had issues where I've gone right into game after accidentally sorting, but then I hit loot again just to see if there's any inconsistencies or patches I'm missing, which I don't for the most part. Get in a game and it doesn't run right. I can physically feel it watching the game. If you have the FPS counter, you can tell if you drop in frames. Sometimes it doesn't matter. Other times, yeah, it absolutely does. She's got a nice rack there, by the way. This is on Nordic. Where are we at? Large scale texture. Okay. So just to compare, like I said, with the Yash, you have to run everything that they suggest. Yeah, it breaks the loader. It's nice in theory. If that sort or running loot put it in the perfect load order setup for every person, for every mod that they were running, it would be so ideal. Because then you just literally download everything, hit sort, bam, right in the game. You don't have to worry about like, things like patches. If it needs a patch, like let's just say it kicks you right to the page, or at least gives you the hyper. I know here you can click on it and bring it back up. It'll take you, enhanced texture detail. Okay, so let me go back to Nordic. So I already chose this one. That one's already installed. What's the next one? Oh, Skyrim Realistic Overhaul. One of my favorites. I've got them all here. They're already here. Okay. So these are off-site. This is what I use for my landscape base, by the way. In case you guys were wondering, when you're looking at the way that my landscape's set up, just to show you, it's not on Nexus. It's off-site, but it's fantastic. But it's huge, fucking huge. Okay, this is it right here. moddb.com. Most of you might be familiar with the site already. You're going to want to go to Files, since I'm already at SRO. Click on Files. Now, there's 5 of them. These 3 in Update and SRO 1.8. This is for the original Skyrim, so you do not want this top one. You want 1, 2, 3, and Update for Special Edition. And so part 1, Overhaul 1.7 mod contains 10 gigabytes of high quality textures. Part 1, 10 gigabytes. At least I think it is. I'm not sure if the whole mod's 10 gigabytes or not. It's probably more than that. Anyway, we're going to install this now with Mod Organizer. Let me expand it up just so you guys can see it. Up top here, install a new mod from an archive. I have mine on my desktop. Yeah, Lego it is. Yep. So you're gonna get to see this is my landscape. Actually, if you want to see, here's what I'm gonna do. Let me do. I'm really annoyed with these headphones. John Rose knows exactly what I'm talking about because he's got the same pair. And when they shut off, you can't just automatically turn them back on. You have to wait a second. Before I install that, I'm gonna take you guys in game. And we'll do a before and after comparison just to show you what the landscape looks like now with just this. Let me just make sure alternate starts at the bottom, which it is. So we basically just have my SKSE64, the engine fixes, ENB helper. I don't need yet because I don't have an ENB in. I'm just going to leave it unticked. The unofficial patch I have on. I no longer use cutting room floor. So obviously that's out. Guard dialogue overhaul. Weapons and armor, clothing and clutter fixes. So rusted clothing you'll see, but we're basically looking for landscape stuff. The only thing I really have in terms of this is static mesh, ruins clutter improved, and ETD. So we'll do like a really quick before, and then I'll jump right back in. Let me just make sure Obis sees game capture. That should pop up. So you guys are going to see a different screen in a second here, I think. Or at least it should. Okay, that should switch it over. And we'll run it just to see. You're going to see a very basic, and I'm going to do like a really quick test character. Wow, it loads absolutely fast. Holy hell. Yeah, with no mods. Alright. So we're just going to create Dick Nuts, the Nord. Right? He's my test character. And let me just turn down my volume and stuff like that. Yeah. Master doesn't need to be all the way jacked up. And we don't have to worry about the display. We're basically just going to do
Approach
a
my
quick
child,
test.
and choose where your new life shall begin.
We'll do camping in the woods.
So peaceful this
Pretty
time of
standard.
year. Good hunting.
I don't like, well, cutting room floor, I can't use it with Whiterun by Nesbit. Because it edits the exterior of Whiterun itself. And with his edits, what's up, Dick Nuts? Yeah, with his edits, and I'm basically running all of his mods. So, cutting room floor is out. I've used that mod too much. You know what I mean? Alright. This is without any, what's up, buddy? This is without any, no grass, no trees, no landscape yet. No flora, no weather, no water. Alright. Let me, TGM just for the hell of it, okay? This is just basic Skyrim, and it doesn't look that bad, right? I mean, it's vanilla, for the most part. There's a couple mods in here, but, you know, nothing that's going to affect the landscape. No LODs, no nothing. No TPOS2. You know, you could obviously see base game here. Right. Let's ooh, Guardian Stones. Why do I have a level already? Why did I gain 2 levels and off the bat immediately? Ah. There's another issue I have to sort out. I have no idea what that was from. But you can see base game here. Look at this. Right? I don't have any water mods, nothing. Look how jagged that is, right? I mean, the water itself isn't horrible. Underwater's okay, you know? Yeah, I mean, it's not bad, right? There's that horrible seam that I used to get. It was one of my one of my major testing spots right here. Right in here, right? I don't know if it's just an issue with the game or this spot here. See this, right? But not there. The water itself. I mean, you can see the textures on it. That's sort of plasticky, right? But it's not bad. Alright, it's not bad with the sun. So, I have to figure out why why I leveled up twice. That was just odd. Anyway, we're gonna close this out here. We'll use Dick Nuts later. Alright, we'll close that down. Let me go back to monitor 1. You guys should see that pop up in a second. And I already have files. What the hell is in my overwrite? Ah. Well, that one's getting out. Okay. We'll remove it. Yep, we'll remove it. Okay. So, yeah, it looks like you guys can see it. SRO. So what it does is it downloads here. I just literally pop them right on my desktop. And then when I'm done, delete them. So we're going to install right here, part 1, 7Z archive, open. Now they're large files, so they do take a little bit. Always manual, okay? Set the data directory. So it looks good. It can read it properly. Make sure that you can name them whatever you'd like to. Sometimes they give you alternate options, like this has the underscore. I keep this one, and this is part 1, okay? So we're going to install part 1 of 4. And I think, Rooster, you said, so you ditched SRO. Now, when you were using it, did you merge them all together, or? I'll tell you why I'm saying like that. I'm so used to hearing Gopher say it. I swear to God, that's the reason why. He said it so much, and I've watched so many of his tutorial videos that every time he says it, I started saying it. I do it to people at work all the time, and they look at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, you're absolutely right, I am crazy. You're not wrong. But you can see how long it's taken to, I mean, I got a pretty good rig, so. But yeah, Rooster, when you said you were using it, did you merge them all? Because I've always kept them separate. Like I have part one, part two, part three, and then update. And I've heard two different things. I heard you could do it both ways. I heard you can put all four mods, together since they're all just textures anyway, right? Or merge them all with the update. Oh, okay, so yeah. All right, so part one, activate it. Okay, and you'll notice the plugins because it's just textures. File tree, textures, architecture. This is everything it's got, right? If I want to check out Riften, these are all the Riften files. If I want to check out Skyhaven Temple, it's all the Skyhaven Temple textures, all the DDS, right? That's all it is. Conflicts, just with SMIM. That's it. Just six of them, and that's with the plus and minuses. It just shows what it's being overwritten. Static mesh is being overwritten, and it's also overwriting something else. Whereas Skyrim Realistic Overhaul Part 1 just has the plus patch because it's overwriting. And when I click on this, it's those files from Static Mesh. So we're going to do Part 2. Alright, so Part 1's right here. Part 2, I'm going to select that. We're going to open it. Select Manual. Set the data directory. Looks good. Part 2. Okay. Wait for this one to go. Yeah, these are the biggest ones in the entire setup for me. I still have to figure out why I had three or two levels right to start. I don't know if I changed anything. Let's see, E&B helper I don't have activated. Faster game, this is just for my loading, like faster game loading. Jumping I've had, experience is just skills and level gaining experience by questing, literally doing your quests, uh, traveling, killing enemies, you get experience points for it. What could it possibly be? I wonder if it's something in engine fixes. Anyway, so part two, okay. We'll do part three right here. Same thing, open, manual, set data directory. This one should be a little bit quicker. This one's not as large as the other ones. And the update one is, I think, the smallest one. And then after that, we'll do a couple more textures. I don't pick everything. Activate it. I pick stuff that I like. The update one's actually up top. It doesn't come underneath. So, and this one also you have to change the name. See how it's 1.8 update, right? So you hit open. Now it defaults to overhaul 1. So I just select update, manual, data, set. Good to go. So that's SRO. What I do is don't need these. Delete. They are stored. Where is it? C. Uh, da, 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 users. Me. local, mod organizer, Skyrim, mods. This is where my mods and your mods will be stored. App data, okay? Anything you download. So SRO, 123 update. This is where they're all at. Not in your game folder, not in your data folder. You want to keep these clean. The only other thing I have in here, I have SKSE and the engine fixes. But I'm going to minimize this because I do like to keep that open. I should probably put a shortcut to my desktop for this. I know it's recommended to do so. I have some other stuff up here already. What's this? The particle patch. I need this. Okay. I believe that's one of the next ones. So let me see here. Where I don't need this anymore. I can get rid of this. Let's go back to Nordic. Static mesh, runes clutter, SRO. Noble. Okay. Yeah, I put Noble on top. So, full pack 2K, not the performance edition, the full one. And then I'm also going to download the static mesh patch. And you can see the size of the files. Noble's 2.4 gig on PC for the full thing. The patch is, 133. So, and for some reason tonight, failed to receive data. Okay, that's awesome because it's running so slow. That's why. See if it did it again. Yeah, 21 megabytes per second. This one's just hanging out. That one will be done before the second one. Like I said, even with the Ethernet cable, it's still some of them are hit or miss. I think the hardest one I have to download is Common Close, to be honest with you. Yeah, I like Noble's downloading it to like 22, 21 megabytes per second, and it fluctuates. Common Close, it's something like a 500 megabyte file, and I think I see 2 megabytes per second. For some reason, something with that mod just doesn't let it download fast. It's the only one. Yeah. Oh, Sonar, you missed everything, huh? You didn't see me rage in Discord? Was it yesterday? Oh yeah, that was just my update notification. Sorry, sus. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, so let's see. What kind of I can get rid of all this down here. I don't need any of this stuff. Noble's almost done. Those of you guys who have fiber, enjoy it. 'Cause I don't think I'll ever be able to get it where I'm at. With just a base premium for Nexus, I think it's capped at like 22, 23 megabytes a second. Might be more if you're in a city, but all right. So Noble's installed. Um, and if you download them in order, but one downloads quicker than the other one, they'll default to the right order. Meaning, this one finished first. It was down here for a second, saying downloaded. While this one was still working up top. They'll swap places. So we'll check it. Noble Skyrim 2K. Full pack. If you wanted to say full pack, you can. Like that. You can name it something else. Right? I just keep it at that. Usually with the bases, I keep them. Unless it's a patch and for whatever reason, it doesn't give me an option. Uh, so we'll set the data directory for this. Wait for Noble to install. I don't think I need anything else from there. No, I don't. And how much you want to bet my Wi-Fi goes out? I bet it does. I bet my Wi-Fi goes out. Yeah, Ren, last night was just I was so frustrated last night. It was just ridiculous. Because I've been doing this for such a while. And I think yeah, no, my wife I definitely did go out. Give me 1 second here. Let me close out YouTube and just reopen it. Reopen it without the Wi-Fi on. Should be good, right? Okay. Go live chat. You know, so that's the thing. It was, but I couldn't figure it out. And then the problem was is when I disabled them. Like, see, you can activate these mods, right? And because I run Mod Organizer, it's not in my data folder. I don't have to, remove them all the time. I could tick this. This mod's done. You know, that's it. It's not there. I could run the game now, and it's not there. If I tick this, I could run the game now. It'll be fine. Noble will be installed. We'll do the SMIM patch for static mesh. And that's another thing too you want to be careful of. If there's a patch for something, and I'll show you that in a little bit. It tells you in the guide, but I'm going to go over it too because it's important. And it's why I like Mod Organizer. Although I think Vortex can do it. So something like this, say I didn't have static mesh installed yet, or I forgot to install it, but I've already downloaded Noble and I downloaded the patch. Well, if I activate this without static mesh, I'm going to get an error up here. But say I don't activate it, and I just leave it there, and I'm trying to think of, other things that I'm wanting to download, but I know I'm going to download static mesh later, right? You can go up here, uh, where is it, to notes, even though it's grayed out, you can still click on it, right? And I can type in, say, something, load patch after SMEM and mobile 2K. And what that does when I close this out, you get this little notepad looking icon here. And if this wasn't active, right, the notepad stays up. So when I'm going back over my load order again, right, and I happen to see an unchecked mod with the notepad, I could hover over it and it says load patch after static mesh and Noble 2K. Well, static mesh is right here, Noble's here, the patch goes right under the lowest mod it patches for. And I leave those in there. I never take any of my notes out. The guides recommend you don't do that. I don't do that myself. Um, I'm going to go a little bit lighter with this load order, by the way. Uh, I'm wondering if my stream's failing on me. Let me see, Obis. Can you guys hear me okay? Is it cutting out for you guys too? Yeah, let me check to see. How bad is it cutting out? Yeah, I have a ton of stuff going on. This is the first time I'm downloading while streaming, so that could be it. So here's the next one too. Solstheim landscape overhaul. If I want to open this, right? But not found. The mod you're looking for cannot be found. So it means it's hidden. Could be working on. The mod authors could be working on it. Um, some of them are just plain deleted. Some of them in Nordic. Let me see. Ooh, excuse me. They're just gone. Luckily, I have a folder called Save Mod Files. Soul Stem Landscape Overhaul. Thank you, Rooster, by the way. Grabbed it for me right before it went down. So I can add this in. I have to add it in the same way. Although, hold on. I wonder if I could do it from here. I should be able to, right? Desktop, save mod files. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Same thing, manual. Set it. Bam. It's installing. And we activate it. Okay. So we're going to get up to the EMBs tonight. Because I do want to show you guys that. They're pretty easy. When you see me do it, you'll get a really good understanding. I know it seems kind of tedious. And then, of course, talking through Discord about how to do it isn't the same as physically watching somebody do it live. You could watch a video doing it, and those are like the most helpful things to do. Um, uh, but I want to go through here, here, and then I usually skip the LOD stuff. There's two files here that I need, and then I'll get right to my weathers. So, Forgotten Vale, HD. I don't think I need it. Um, Noble, Blended Roads. This is the one here, right? So now I'm going off the Nordic guide. Blended Roads. You want the main file number one. I do not want the medieval bridges because I run TPOS2. This conflicts with it. This will crash your game. So I just want the main file. That should be good. And there it's installing. Let me expand that down. So Blended Roads has a faux mod. I choose really blended roads. Rooster, what do you want me to show? What conflicts there are? How to see? Okay. Let me install this one here. You're talking about the when you're going in. All right. Give me a good example of a mod that I have that you're looking at right now that I have up here, like SMIM or Ruins Clutter. You can highlight one, right? And you can see what is being overwritten and what's overwriting that mod. Static mesh. All right. Do noble. Okay. All right. So noble mod, right? Up top here, conflicts. So following conflicted files are provided by this mod. 927. That's a lot, right? A lot of it's SRO. Since Noble's overwriting it. 63. The following conflicted files are provided by other mods. And that could be. So we've got some blended roads. Excuse me. We've got the patch for SMIM. Soulstem landscape overhaul. Blended roads. And then you can see what it is. This is the textures, right? So you could drag them higher or lower based on what you see here. Uh, this will expand it out a little bit. This just gives you everything. I guess it's not really going to help much any of it. Conflicts tab is it's very handy. Very, very handy. certain mods you'll have to go to the file tree, or you can open mod and explore, right? Because they have you hide uh, like a mesh, a texture, something. This is true when I run a Born. There's some things I need to hide. You could do it through there. Um, the file tree here, like say I needed to go into Noble and hide clutter, we'll say the bar set, say borrow1.dds, right? Say if I was going to have something else that was going to use this particular texture, and I would just go down to hide, and then it shows up mo hidden, mod hidden, and then you can unhide it, and it's like nothing ever happened. You do the same with meshes. Uh, Rooster, wasn't there like an issue with the really blended selection of blended roads with something else? I think it was one of the snows, or it might have been one of the landscapes, and I can't remember what it was. uh, Let me see here. So we're at blended roads. Okay. So blended roads. Now it tells you what they select. Really blended or blended. They're the only two options. Main file and then the SMIM compatibility. Right. Uh, Landscape texture. There's a bunch of good options. Obviously, John says here Skyland. Right. Yet another landscape texture overhaul. Yellow or yellow. However you say it. Osmodeus. Right. Well, this isn't one I'm actually somewhat interested in. Um, I'm just not 100% on it yet. I do like it. I just think there's a few that are better out there. But it does look good. I mean, you guys can see, right? I'm assuming they're using other mods with it as well. But anyway. Yeah, I've always used really blended. I didn't really notice an issue. That's the thing. I saw it was in one of the forums. It wasn't on Reddit, but it was on I, I don't know. Could have been GameFAQs, and I should probably know better from even going on there. But um, let me see here. Let's go back to Pred Calibers. So he's got Osmodeus under Soulstone Landscapes, but I don't think I want that yet. I like to stick with Nordic for some things. Now, 3D ice flows. It's one of Matthew's, right? It's one I like. Just the mesh. Pretty quick. Matthew usually have to set the data directory. What else we're gonna do? Mysterious Dawns made it in here, huh? This is new. Dawn Guard landscape overhaul? I don't remember that one. I'm gonna take the HD lava, and we will take the 4K file since it's less than 8 megabytes. And it's literally just one. It's already downloaded. Always, I can't stress this enough if you use MO2. Always manual. Always. Don't just install it. I've watched some people stream doing what I'm doing here, and they just click it, and I know for a fact it's a mod that you have to set, and they just hit OK. I don't know how much it conflicts if you do that, to be honest with you. I've never really tested it out. I'm not willing to risk it when I've got hundreds of mods installed. And everybody else that I've seen, specifically, uh, I watched Michael from Gamer Poets do this, set the data directory. I've watched Gopher do it. Um, Cal from Dirty Weasel Media and some of the tutorials. And these guys know their shit a hell of a lot more than I do. So I tend to follow the advice of the masters. Let's get rid of some of these up here. I'm cluttering up my. So we have Solstheim landscape. What else do I want? Hmm. Yeah, Ren. Honestly, and you're gonna see some of them. Some of them towards the top here, right? These up here have already. Uh, some of them have already looked good. But here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go in game with SRO and Noble to check. Okay. But what I'm going to do first is I just want to run loot to see if I have any errors. I don't think I'm going to. Um, I'll have some warnings probably. I'll probably have one. Yeah. Oh, it is from the weapons and armor. Okay. And immersive sounds. That would be my messages. All right. So we'll go in game. Let me swap back over to. I think it's monitor one. Ooh, game capture. Okay. We'll run SKSE64. That should pop over for you guys in a second there. And what I'll do is I'll just continue from the last one. There it goes. Ah, well, screw you. Let's COC out of here. Go to Markarth real quick. We'll just look at the architecture over there because that'll give you a pretty good base. And I think it's starting to. Is it cutting out again, guys? Yeah, so you can see Noble right here. Right. Although I might ditch SRO, I don't know. I'm having a hard time telling. Rooster, is that why you ditched it? Because I'm having a really hard time telling the difference. I can see it in the architecture with Noble. Right? I can absolutely tell that. You can see the roads, okay? Blended roads. See how they're raised up a little bit? Well, a lot more. Okay. And you can see them at a distance there, right?
Everything all right?
Yeah, Ren, I did see that. Yeah, Rooster, I'll be honest with you. I'm not really seeing for the size of that mod, right? I mean, I've read exactly what it covers, but I'm not really seeing Alright, let me ask you this now. Since you're looking up top here, look at the water and look at my landscape. Now, you saw vanilla before I put Skyrim Realistic Overhaul on, right? It was the same. Do you guys get that jagged edge as well? I mean, like that's a distinct, very distinct cutoff. With the optimized textures, yeah. Let me see if my stream is yeah, it looks like it's oh no, there it goes. Okay. Ah. Yeah, let's just toggle collision. We'd like to toggle collision. Roads. Where we're going, there are no roads. And I probably butchered the hell out of that. Let's take a look up here. Let's get a good look at the city, right? From up top here. Let's plot myself right here. Ooh. Well, apparently not. Well. Screw you then. Free cam. And you can see the further you get how textures get like that. Because they enter the city from up there. This is the unfinished part. Yeah, I definitely noticed Noble. Yeah, nothing with SRO though. Okay. So let me back out. We'll quit out of here. Okay. Now. Let me go back to bam and bam. Should be good. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Open that up. Open that up. I don't see the benefit of SRO. I really don't. Go see how many files of SRO are left untouched. Well, I mean, it's being overwritten by... that's pack 1. Being overwritten by everything. Now, it claims that... yeah, it's mostly... No, I mean, it's mostly going to be the mods out of there, but you know what? It's... Here, hold on. Let's go back up top here. Go back to... Because both Yasht and Nordic recommend this. So it's a huge texture mod. It's over 10 gig in size, covers most environmental textures, including those found in internal cells, and other textures too. Install parts 1, 2, and 3, and then the update. Make sure it is the update for SSE, not OldRim. Even if you install most of the other texture mods in this guide, you will still be left with many textures from this mod. 4K diffuse, 2K normal. Okay. I don't know. I don't see it, Rooster. I'm not seeing an upside to this. I think you're right. And I'm also wondering if this is part of the problem, because I did run without it once, and I had a level 47 character. Yeah. All right. We're gonna delete. We're gonna drop it. Where is it here? I'm gonna drop it right from my load order, because we're gonna run Matthew's 3D landscape anyway. So remove mod. Yes. Uh, update. Remove. Yep. Part 2. Yes. Part 1. Okay. So, basically static mesh. Nobles are base. Ruins clutter. Now, obviously, they're going to have some things in enhanced texture details. Now, I think these are in right order. Static mesh is usually first. RCI is second. ETD is third. I've seen ETD ahead of static mesh. I don't think it really matters. Anyway, let's see here. Yeah, no, I'm not, and that's the main thing is I'm really not. Uh, what I'm looking for is my main thing for Flora, Matthew's 3D trees, and then the every tree different mod because you need Matthew's to get that to work, or for that mod to it's a requirement for it. And I like his landscape. Um, where let's see, Caliber's got it down a little bit lower. He's got it in grasses, trees, and mountains. So Skyrim 3D landscapes down here, right? That's the floor setup. What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? We did blended roads, 3D ice flows. We did HD lava, Soulstone landscape. I have that. Soul Cairn HD, Sovngarde HD. So Soul Cairn, and I usually stick with 2K stuff. You can see the size difference, obviously, between, and you're really not going to notice it. I mean, unless you have I guess like a 4K or like an OLED monitor or whatever. I just stick with 2K stuff for the most part. And then the update file. The updates you can merge with the main unless it specifies otherwise. Or you could run them as a separate mod. So, Soul Carry. Alright, so here's one that already looks good. It's packaged properly, right? Just hit OK. Check it. And then the update manual looks good. So what I'm going to do here is I could do one of two things. I can hit OK and then it'll ask me if I want to merge it, replace it, or rename it. I could rename it update file and then it would, populate right underneath it, but I'm going to merge it. And I'll show you how to do that. Just hit OK. You'll be prompted with this. So this mod seems to be installed already. Do you want to add files from this archive? Overwrite existing ones, which is merge. Do you want to completely replace it? No. Okay. Only time you replace it is if you like reinstall a mod that you've already deleted. Rename it, well, that's taking us back to do that anyway. We're going to merge it, so it's going to show up in here. So, okay. And where was it? What did it say? Soul Cairn. The matching bone texture from the ground. So that's what we're looking for. I'm assuming that's going to be one of these. Bones01.dds, bones01 underscore n.dds. So that's the update. Without the update, you just wouldn't have these two. That's all that it is. Sovngarde, 2K. It's 106 megabytes, not that bad. Should download pretty quick. Download, it's done. Manual. Yeah, this one looks good too. Bam. Two more down. I don't use Spice of Life Strongholds. I looked at a lot of the pictures. I didn't care for it. Now here's one from Oldrim. I do like this one. Detailing the Eldritch. This is the Reekling architecture. So just to show you, This is from Legendary. This is before. This is like vanilla right here. This is what Legendary. This is what it's gonna look like now. And since it's just textures, it's gonna look like that. This is before. This is after. You can see the detail in that. It's absolutely beautiful. Um, and this one I take the main file because the other one's a low res. I don't want low res. And you'll notice it's a little bit different here. It requires Dragonborn, which we have. So, and since it's just textures, you can use it. It's fine. Just make sure that set the data directory, install. You're good to go. Now, on your mod organizer, you're going to notice the little green rook. Mod is for a different game. Make sure it's compatible or it could cause crashes. All that means is that it's from LE basically. If you're playing Skyrim and you have this, it usually means that it's from Legendary Edition. Okay. Really nothing to worry about. If you go into the file tree, it's just textures, right? DLC. It's all .dds. As long as it says that, you're fine. If it says .nif, then you may need a conversion or don't use it. Textures are fine. What else do I want? Um, the Falmer clutter I don't really need. The ceiling glow I think is no, I don't need it. So we're on dungeons, right? Underground, and then I piece these together a little bit differently. Let's see what Yash says. Roads, so blended. I just want to see if they have anything different. So they do snow before dungeons, I think. Unless I missed it here. Oh no, I didn't miss it. Okay, so yeah, underground. So it's the same thing. I download underground, and then I use Rudy HQ Nordic Ruins, and I'll show you guys why. I think you've seen most of them. So underground, we want the main tower fix, or the main tower. This is a pretty good sized mod, 1.1 gigabytes, and the Whiterun tower fix. Now this is a case of, see the Whiterun tower fix already downloaded? But I downloaded this one first. These two will flip-flop spots, so. In the meantime, let's download the Hierarchar 3D Steps. This is another mod by Mathy. Absolutely love it. And then we'll get into Rudy in a second there. You can see these two both have already downloaded. This mod is just massive. Underground. It's almost there. At 20 megabytes a second, yeah, you can see. And see how it swaps down? So now it's the bottom? Okay. And let's just check. Underground, I think I install everything. Yep. Main file, optional. Oh, the Smim wood. Oh, it's not on this one. Oh, the wood and Helgen fix. Okay, so that's all in one now. Get the foam mod installer, install everything default color, or you can go custom, and then you literally just pick what you want. If you don't want something, you don't need it. I just install everything. It's just easier this way. There goes the mod. 100%. In a minute now. Any day. Activate. Okay. And then the Whiterun tower fix. This I'm going to merge, but what's going to happen here is it's going to populate under alternate start as an ESP file. So you just make sure that's set correctly. The mesh fix. And we'll merge it. So you don't see it populated underneath it, but when I check my plugins, Whiterun tower, and we just drag alternate start underneath that. Um, Skyrim 3D Hierarchar steps. Set the data directory. That's a quick one. Let me get rid of these. So, Rudy, HQ Nordic Ruins. These are by far my favorite. John's are a second. Okay. I'll show you why. This is exactly why. Do you see the detail in here? There's like 100. I'm not going to show you every freaking picture, but I absolutely love them. Love the detail. Uh, I mean, like, look at this. And it's not too over the top, you know? It's for my style, I absolutely love it. It's perfect for me, you know? But there's a couple files in here. Uh, you could see, now here's the thing with Rudy, right? Rudy 102. HQ texture overhaul of Nordic runes with some UV tweaks plus a new mesh textures for candles, right? Uh, Down here at the bottom, you may notice some things in some of the pictures. You may not. Special thanks to John Rose81, the author of Skyline series, for permission to use his assets. So see, sharing is caring. Stuff like that I like seeing. And there are hints of John's assets in this. What you need is the main file, which is massive, 352. Optional files. These are 4K textures, so chest urns and a wood. Okay, take that one. We will take the chest add-on, because why not? The pots, we will also take this one. Ooh, okay. I'm probably downloading too much. Let me see which one's downloaded. No pots. We have Rudy. 4K. Oh, the chest didn't download. There it goes. Okay. And the levers. And Rudy's just like John's. You have to set them all. Which I actually don't mind because it makes you get in such a habit of doing everything. So this is an example of you're gonna have to change the name. So this is Rudy HQ Nordic Ruins SC, right? It's gonna populate the same thing. First, I'm gonna set my data directory. Okay, so it looks good. Now, this one is ruins, chest, urns, and wood. So it should be in here, the top one. Okay, you can merge them. Uh, the Rudy ENB, uh, maybe. Um, I really want to use NAT Weathers with NVT ENB. I want to try it out. I tested it the other day and I absolutely loved it. Coincidentally, it's the same day that I tested Rudy with Obsidian, and I love that one too. So, Sonner, I'm not. I haven't picked one yet. It's the problem with that. This is another example too. The POTS add-on, right? Again, it defaults to Rudy HQ. So first, just make sure you set your data directory. POTS add-on SC. Something easy. You could type this yourself if you wanted to, but it's always going to be here. There's going to be some version of it, right? Chest add-on. And you could do this one first if you want to, right? Doesn't matter. There you go. And then last we have the levers. So we will set that and ruin levers add-on. Okay. So there's a little bit more to this as opposed to just one mod. Um, to me, it's worth it because I do like this a lot. This is probably my favorite ruins mod. What else? So we've got Rudy HQ, Gecko's Dwarf. Alright, so these are Dwarven Ruins, number 4 here. It's gonna be this one here. Just to show you a little bit of this. Just for the Dwemer stuff. It overwrites a lot from, I think, Underground. And it's just one file here. Literally just the main. 100 megabytes. Not that bad. It's almost done anyway. And we'll check this one. This one already looks good. We can install it. Okay. Uh, so let's check out Predcalibur, what he's got. Now he uses CCs. He's got Gecko's Nordic Ruins. Just to show you the difference between the Nordic and Rudy. It's a little lighter weight. Still looks pretty good. Um, like a vanilla plus plus. But I mean, if this is the actual shot, something like this would kind of annoy me because I do spend a lot of time dungeon crawling. Uh, at the same time, it's good. They're good textures. But like I said here, so that's the one that he uses. And he uses a lot of CC stuff. CC stuff is really good. HQ, obviously, high quality, real good stuff. Go to the Yash guide. Um, so they just give you one. So Rudy HQ Nordic Ruins. So the one that I'm using is the one they use. But then they go right to Ari Snow Elf Ruins. I'm not gonna do that though. I want CC's mines and caves. Okay. So CC's mines and CC's caves. This one's got 2 files. I want the 2K one, top one. You can see the file size difference. So you guys don't have a lot of memory, and like I said, if you only want them for screenshots, yeah, take the 4K stuff. But I don't. I keep everything 2K, except for certain creatures. So right here, 2K, install. Bingo. And then caves. So this one gives you some options here, and it shows you if you hover. So vanilla's here, the brown or the dark. And I usually go for either the brown or the dark. I'm gonna go with the dark this time. Install. Scimitar's got a big one. Zoner. He's got something like what's he up to? Like 1640 40 mods. But I think he plays on Legendary Edition, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know if his guide is meant for both, if it's interchangeable, or if it's meant for Legendary Edition only. Um, I was on his Discord briefly, but he's got like thousands of members, and it's like you get lost in the shuffle, you know? But I was on there. I just wanted to see some of because he has a lot of the mods that are hidden on Nexus. He's got them on his Discord. That's what I was looking to see. Uh, his setup's absolutely gorgeous. Let me see. 4K HD Fire's mine. I don't want that. So we have caves. We're 7. Skyland. Forts and Dungeons. Needs cleaning. John, you naughty, naughty mod author. It's actually fine. but I'll show you what it's talking about right there. So this is one that doesn't have another folder called data inside the main. If you expand this out, it's just message textures. So the Skyline Imperial Forts and Dungeons is the data folder. To set it, it looks good. Install. Now this one has an ESP file. So when you go to plugins, see there it is. Drop alternate start below it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what that meant by it said cleaning here for John's mod. So if I hit loot, let it run. Total message is 8. Okay, so it should be the last one. No, didn't give me one. So the guide is a liar. John cleaned his mod. Well done, sir. Well done. And then Ari's Snow Off Ruins. This is absolutely fabulous. Go to images real quick so you guys can see this. Stunning, stunning architecture. And then when you see this up at in the Vale, because I did see it with the test run of Athriller up there. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And this one's already packaged properly. Looks good. Install. Okay. I keep SKS, yeah, just in case. Um, so ENB helpers up top here. Rooster, if you're watching, so I have ENB helper all the way up at the top. When I go to install the ENB, which is coming up shortly, will I have to move it or no? And if you're not here, that's okay. I'm trying to think of the snow mod. Uh, I'm gonna go with Nordic again because I seem to have the best luck with it. So let me see. What does it say? Let's see what Yash says. So Yash uses Fluffy Snow. Let's see if Fluffy Snow is even. I think this was. Oh no, it's still up. Okay. For the loading screens, I'm using. Where is it? Let me show you. I might be able to show you. Come on. Elder Scrolls General Loading Screen Replacer. You can hear my voice cutting out. Uh, Open in browser. Well, it'll take you right to Nexus. So the TESG Loading Screen Replacer. Mod number 5794. It's a port. These are those nice pictures that you guys see in between. Um, the font is obviously different. The font will take over whatever font overhaul you use. Okay. I've seen the Spriggan one a couple times. Talos statue, right? Dragons. These are all, I guess, hand painted or hand drawn, painted. There's only 10 of them here. I think some members might have just one user image, but it looks amazing. And I love these loading screens. It's about 60 megabytes, I think. Let's see the file. 56, yeah. So we're close. Close that out. Nordic Snow. Yep. Nordic is done. Check it. Set it. Bingo. Oop, wrong one. And then, so it says like for your choice. So snow and ice. So one fluffy snow, or Nordic snow, or you can't use them all. It gives you the choice here, and the Y means that the mod author of this guide, this is what they always use. I like Nordic. I think the one the Rooster was talking about was real ice and snow. This is the new one. I think it's just if you type in RIS, it should pop up. This one here. I tried this. It actually looks pretty good. I'll go to some images here. It's not bad. With better dynamic snow, vanilla right there. RIS. You could see the difference is so obvious, so noticeable, right? There's vanilla, right? RS. There's vanilla, RS, and you can see it blends in with the cobblestone. Uh, Looks like it was just fallen or hasn't, nobody's really walked through it. And of course, if you have the footprints mod, it's compatible with that. Vanilla snow rocks, right? RAS snow rocks. This is a snow road, just kind of what I just showed you there. And you can see, obviously, this looks like it's up by Windhelm. You can see the vanilla games issues. Uh, Not so much anymore. You see, fix the seams. It tells you right there, right? How about that? Great mod. Um, Better dynamic snow and better dynamic ash. So this one's got to download. Make sure you have static mesh. Okay. And better dynamic ash. Yes, please. They're both already downloaded. Um, this is different. I don't remember this being here. SMIM. Optional. I do not use snowstorm. Alright, we'll just take static mesh. Activate that. Better dynamic ash. Looks good already. Okay. I don't remember BDS having that. Drop alternate start. Have a good night, Rooster. Or who's going? Ren? Ren's going. I'm reading the wrong thing. Ren, I hope you feel better. I know you said you weren't feeling all that great, Discord. I don't know if you're still here, but feel better. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Yeah, you guys hear my voice is all part of it's, obviously I'm not helping myself drinking coffee, but I need to keep myself awake. I'm off tomorrow. My damn coffee's cold. So we're getting pretty close to the E&B. The log files are next after a couple things here. Ashbound is for Solstheim. I think this is the one that Rooster you were asking about. I haven't tried it. Um, that looks cool, by the way. I don't know what that's from, but I want it. And for whatever. Oh, there was the picture. Let's see. Better tell Mithrin. Oh yeah, it tells me right at the bottom there. But I wonder if anything else will conflict with that. I'm not going to use Ashbound on this one. So go right to statues. I only pick a couple ones here. Astral Aspect by Mist. Or I'm sorry. Oh yeah, Clearance and Mist. That's right, CC. I'm gonna take the 1K file here, so it's a little bit quicker. This one always looks good, so I could just install it. Um, Stunning statues. And let's see. It gets confusing when you see me going through all my tabs. I apologize about that. It's just because I have YouTube live dashboard at the end, plus I've got the 3 guides, plus the mods in the center. So stunning statues, we'll let that go. Rooster, do you use the material fix for these? I tried them the one time. I didn't notice a difference. The unofficial material fix, the patches, I think they're pointless. I did down, yeah, see, I used it, but I don't know. I don't notice anything with it, so I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna skip it. Uh, Ren's HD Shrines. I like this one. This one's another faux mod. I only changed one thing in this. We'll download. All right, so here's a example of stunning statues of Skyrim. I'll show you everything that goes involved in this. This is a almost 300 megabyte file. Okay, you get a full mod installer. Let me do this. Can I expand this out? Oh wow, that's too big. Okay, expand it a little bit. Yay. Okay. So all of your statues are here. So I pick all of them because I want them all to look good, right? Maroons, Vermina, Spicy, Skyforge, Fancy Falmer, Sweet Samagar. They've all got really, really illiterate names, meaning alliteration. Bella de Bella, except for that one. HD Mesh, DeBella Smooth Stone 2K. I choose this one. Nocturnal 2K base. Zura 2K. Standard HD Mesh for Talos 2K. Same thing with these Grimoire. Meridia Black. This is that nice Meridia statue that you guys have seen. She's got white in 1, 2, and 4K and black in 1 and 2. I always choose black 2. I absolutely love this. Probably one of my favorite statues in the entire game. This right here. For Malakath, I choose No Glow and Stone 2K. EMB HD Mesh Default Cape reduced for Winterhold 2K. And then the standard for Clavicus. HD for Boethia. Namira 2K. Mara 2K. And Mirrored. So I bounce back and forth between the green and the black. The green's interesting from where he sits. The black obviously fits in with the mountains, but I like the green. So I'm going to choose that one. And Vermina's 2K. You'll notice her, that's inside of Nightcaller Temple. Skyforge Steel. This is the nice Skyforge you guys have seen me use. Love it. And the Falmer, which I have not been to Erkentham's yet, or anywhere else to see the statue, but I choose the Rusty Copper. The regular Falmer 2K is that one. I like this one. And then Sovngarde 2K. The Watcher Stones. That's a big mod. That's a lot that goes in that. So Ren's HD Shrines is similar. Okay. Now there's one thing with here. If you look here, do not pick the Chrome version. It's broken. I don't know what that means. I just don't pick it. So each one of these you have some options, right? For Akatosh, Sands at times default. You can see the picture there. It changes when you hover over. Gold Bormahu. I think I'm pronouncing that probably incorrectly. Or vanilla. So if you want the vanilla Akatosh shrine, right? I like the Sands of Time. I usually keep everything here default. What they have picked looks pretty good, like the red heart, golden shells, vanilla. I like the red heart. Debella, Spring of Love. You'll notice it'll change in the center here. Kind Autumn, leaf change, right? Vanilla. I leave Spring of Love on. Julianos. This might be the only other one that changed. So Magic Circles or the All-Seeing Eye. I like this one just a little bit more. Although this one looks better when you go to the college or you see one of the shrines. I like this one. Kinnereth, Mint Chocolate Chip, or Heavenly Air. I keep Heavenly Air on. Vanilla actually looks the better. If they did that on a little bit better. But and then Mara. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna go up different. I'll choose Gilded Saint this time. Stendar, Tusk of Mercy, Horn of Charity, Vanilla. So I tend to keep the first one. Then Talos, Rusted Steel. I like the Rusted Copper. Zenithar, it says do not choose Chrome, so I'm going to go with Golden Circuit. Bam. It's installed. What else? Stalrim Source. I'm going to take this one this time, I think. I didn't take it last time. And I'm going to take the main 2K file. It's less than 9 megabytes. It's already downloaded. Jesus. Looks good. We're good. Don't need the optional files for this. LOD. So, get rid of this. I think this is where my issue came in, Rooster. So, um, what I usually did was just I have SSC Login. That's what I'm going to run. I'm not going to bother messing with Dynalod because it really messed me up, I think. Actually, let me see here. What do I have? Okay, Ultra starts at the bottom. We don't have any grass or anything yet. And I want to make sure this is right. So, LOD files. So, I don't have anything from that. HDLOD textures, the second main. Dynalod. I want Ultra. So, I'm not going to be using Dynalod. I'm going to use SSC Login. So, I'm going to grab billboards. I think it's the first file. No, it's the Vivid Weathers Lighting. Because I believe this is the EMB version. Let me see here. Let me check the description here. Versions. Vanilla option for standard foliage, density on trees. Lush option for mods that make pine trees and snowy pines. So vanilla vivid, vanilla medium. Sexy statues. Oh, if I look it up, will I get flagged? You gotta give me a second, guys. I gotta walk. I have to refill my coffee real quick because I can feel I gotta warm it up just a little bit. But you can see how little I've done, but you see how long it's taken because of all the choices you have. This is what I'm saying. This is one of the benefits of console over PC. One of the few. Uh, it's pretty much set it and forget it. And then those of you who have been doing load orders for a while and you already know where things go, it's plug and play. It's just waiting for it's your speed to download the mod. That's really what it is. Um, Kind of the same thing with the PC. It's obviously my speed's decent, but it's not the best. I certainly don't have speeds like John or anybody else that has fiber for that option or for that matter. The coffee's not warm enough yet. Damn it. It's okay. Call MXR. Yo, MXR. I think he's gonna start doing more Skyrim. I think I saw a couple of Skyrim videos from him recently. Um, Let me just check here. What do I need? Now here's the thing. Okay, I need this as a base, but 3D Trees has a billboard, right? So, all right. I think this is my question, and this is part of the texture issue. So, I run the main one, 3D Trees and Plants, 500 megabytes. I run the optional, where is it? The Gilder Green, and then the billboard's right here for SSC Lodgen. Now, do I need indistinguishable indistinguishable billboards first? Wow, I think that was the longest my headset has stayed on this whole time. Uh, would I need indistinguishable first? According to pretty much all the guides, HD LOD textures. Should probably grab that. The problem is I want to test it out and see. Let me just refresh my live chat. Yeah, it looks good. Okay. Uh, I'm gonna grab HD LOD textures because I definitely want this one. 100%. All right, so this is Dynalod only. So I want the second one here for 200 megabyte SSC Logen and Dynalod. Okay, take this one. Almost done. Yep. And I'm just gonna refresh, see if that does anything. Okay. Oh, it's got an ESP on it. Look at that. Okay. Interesting. Uh, I'm gonna leave that off. I don't think I need Majestic Mountain slots, but we are gonna use Majestic Mountains. So let me just see how they do this here. You don't need to install it now. That's these two, but I already have them installed. Alright, so we want Ultra. I don't need this because I'm running SSC Logen. Okay. We're gonna go without it. We're gonna keep going. HD LOD textures though, I'm gonna keep that in. Additional quests and DLC. So here's the big one, guys. Legacy. Legacy of the Dragonborn. Open. There's a couple other ones I'm going to open here too. I'm going to open the Fate card retextures, and I'm going to open the Paintings Replacer. Those are texture mods. Let's go to Legacy's main page, okay? There's 8 files here. Requirements, Sky UI, SKSE. So not only would we not get it for console because of the sheer size of the mod at almost 2 gigabytes, it would have to be broken up like Bruma, but it's got those requirements. So we want the main file, which is going to take a little while. We're going to want the update file, which is 200 megabytes itself. And then later, we're going to download the optional patch files, specifically the light plugins. You can see how slow now mine's running here. But in the meantime, we can do the fate cards. So these are just one. These are for the cards themselves that you guys have seen. These strewn about. I love them. This is a 35 megabyte file. And the paintings replacers. Which these are actually really nice. Right? For the gallery. I want the main one. And I want the... Oh, you only need this update if your main file is version 1. Well, this is 1.1, so we don't need the second one. Okay. So Legacy main is still downloading, obviously. Taking forever. Everything else is already good. So we can get rid of these. It's almost done. Alright. Legacy, you're going to be installed. Looks good. Bingo. Who's messaging me in Campfire? Now the update file. Let's see how Yash says to do this. See, I like going back and forth and seeing textures for cities. See, they go right into farmhouse textures. See, they don't have... Where are their quests? They probably have them down low. Additional quests and DLC size mod. Alright, so Legacy. Okay, so yeah, they're all going to be separate. So, Legacy of the Dragonborn's installed. This is the update file. Swap it over to update. Looks good. Install this. And then the fake cards. Now these you have to set. Notice they don't have data, so it's the top one here. Textures only. Same thing with the paintings replacer, I believe. No, this has got a data folder. Okay. That's one down. Now, the other quest mod that I'm going to take is Dark End. Because I have not played it yet, and I believe it was here. Where is it? Here it is, darkened. This one's, ooh, crap, wrong one. Um, this is by JK, and it's a massive mod, 1.4 gigabytes. So we're gonna take it. We're also gonna take the update face gen, missing walls hotfix. We're gonna take them all, and we're gonna merge them all together. This one's gonna, of course I got an error. Which one didn't download? Missing walls, the face gen files, of course. So I don't know why I get that error. It happens every once in a while. I don't know. Has anybody played Dark End yet? Just so I'm not gonna waste my time in memory. I think I can get rid of SRL. They should be down here. Yeah, I don't need this one. Delete this. Alright, good. Dark End. Set the data. It's almost as big as Legacy. Damn. Look at it go. Oh, is it? Awesome. I'm curious though because I want to see these meshes and textures. Did my stream just cut out for you guys? For whatever it kicked me out on my own phone. I'm curious though. Let me see here. I want to see. Oh, let me activate it first. Um, File tree. It's got textures. What does it have textures for? Clutter, books, terrain. Alright, so it's its own world. Alright, statue, weapons, Gosu weapon pack 1. Oh, that's neat. Interesting. So Gosu's in there too, huh? Okay, cool. Um, Face gen update file. Yeah, we'll just merge this. And then the missing walls hotfix. We'll just merge this one as well. Make sure it's good. Yep, bingo. Okay. Plugins. So Legacy is a master. Darken there, and it's gonna drop alternate start underneath. Good to go. Getting closer to. I don't really take any other quests. Two. I mean, Legacy itself is. You're gonna spend hours, hours playing that. Trade and barter, yes, and trade and barter patches. This requires USSEP, SKSE, SkyUI. Have them all, yes. And the patches should be a FOMOD. Looks good, yes. Patches. Just Legacy. It's the only one. But you need it. Install. Okay. else? That's for economy. Ordinator. Yep, we'll go with Ordinator. Of course we will. So I take the main, and with Athrolure, he gets the 20%, not the 50, because that's just way too easy. But I do take the perks at 50, 75, and 100. These should all be good. This is the main one. Yep. 20%. We just have to change this to 20%. Yes, that's going to be good. Alright, activate. 1, 2, 3. Now those are ESPs too. Now I'm curious because we're getting closer to adding. What else do I need? So things like Andromeda, right? Thunderchild, Winter Sun, and Winter Sun patches. Okay. All E-Nice stuff. Andromeda, the main. Good. Thunderchild, should only have one. Yep. Gonna add this back in. I didn't have it in the last time, but I like it. Winter Sun, yep, it's good. We're gonna add this in. The main. And Winter Sun patches should only be one. Okay. They should all be downloaded already. Yep. Andromeda first. Should look good. Bingo. Activate. Thunderchild. Looks good. Winter Sun. Looks good. Winter Sun. Ooh. Let me activate this first. Winter Sun patches. So the unofficial patch, Legacy, and that's it. Install. And since it's under Legacy, and I know it is, and keep it right there. Plugins. I'll just drop alternate start down, and everything else looks good. Okay. So we can get rid of you, and you. Other gameplay overhauls. So nothing here. This is where I add visible favorited gear, things like that. So I'll just type it out. But we will go enhance blood. We'll do this one first. So you want the main file here. And I like blood on my screen, so I'm not going to pick the optional. Enhanced blood textures and immersive sounds patch. You need this one. And then gore cap for when I decapitate them. And then visible favorited gear because I always forget this freaking mod. So, enhanced blood. I don't have immersive creatures. Blood size larger, and I don't want reduced wounds. I leave everything else pretty much the same. You could change the colors, darker, brighter, reduced, minimal, etc. Install that. Then the patch for enhanced blood textures and immersive sounds looks good. Beautiful. Gore cap. Awesome. VFG. We're good. Alternate start. You can come down here again. Organized bandits. And Obus loot. So This is a fun one. Always play with this. OBS Immersive Weapons Patch. Yes, you need this. We will not be activating it. And that's the only other add-on I take. Nothing from this miscellaneous here. It's a large file. Uh, and Organized Bandits loot. The main. Yes. And the update. And that's all you need there. So Organized Bandits, yes. Looks good. Install. Uh, Immersive Weapons patch. Now, I'm not going to activate this one. I don't have Immersive Weapons mod yet, but in the notes here, uh, place beneath. Wow, two M's. Place beneath Immersive Weapons. Okay. So that way I'll know it's got the little flag here, the little notepad, and it's not activated. Okay. Organized Bandits loot. Looks good. Beautiful. Obis loot update. Looks good. We're going to merge that. Good. Okay. I don't use Sky Test. We are going to use Better Vampires. We're also going to use Royal Bloodline. This is the bread and butter of my game here. Main mod. We are also going to take. Sorry about that. We're going to take the patch for Royal Bloodline and Better Vampires. And then I could simply search Royal Bloodline. First one up. It's a very small file. Just the main one. Okay. So, Better Vampires, you are first. You look good. Beautiful. Royal Bloodline has to be next. Patch has to go after it. So, Royal Bloodline and the Royal Bloodline patch. Looks good. We're good. So, this is the difference between the guides. So, Yasht and Nordic will go on and on with stuff like this. The Pred Caliber, so if you're just starting out, like I said, after you do the textures here, the LODs, he goes right into weather and sky. Um, but you'll notice here it says now if you want to install any gameplay or quest mods, it might be a good time. So with this line here, it's basically all of these enemy difficulty, AI, those are considered gameplay tweaks, right? But then after that, he goes right into his weather and his setup. So that will be the next thing we're going to do. What am I going to take? Oh, Summer Mist. And the weapons, armor, clothing, clutter fix for it. You just want the top file. So Summer Mist will look good. All of E-Nice stuff always looks good. Doesn't have to be packaged up. The patch also looks good. I think that's it for there. Survival, I don't really take anything survival aside from maybe wet and cold. I stopped using campfire. Wet and cold's backpacks are fine for me. And I need papyrus utility. This I know I need. Where is it? Wet and cold. And the fur hood fix. And I need. So wet and cold should just be the main file here. Yep, good. Then we want the fur hood fix, just the one. And then I need. Should be the first file, not the, I think it's Russian. Okay. Wet and cold. We want the modded children hat meshes for when I put in TKAA. Should be good. Okay, activate it. The fur hood fix. Set the data directory for this one. Activate that. And then I need. So I take the full. I'm running Nordic Snow now and Noble. Dangerous diseases are. I'm going to leave this one off. I took it last time. It's not really going to affect my gameplay at all, and it's an ESP, so we'll install it. We'll be good. Now, plugins, we'll just check to make sure that alternate start gets dropped below. We're getting closer. What else? So Hunterborn MCM, Weathers. Yay! Finally! Now we have some decisions. Hey, Crimson. Oh, you're not late. I just got up to it. I'm doing my load order actually. We're gonna install EMB. First, I have to decide on weather. So I'm happy we're here at this point. Now I have the 3 different guides up, Crimson. Um, this is one I want you to take a look at. Okay, predcaliber.com. His site's secure. It's not a big deal. It's under tutorials, Skyrim 2018 guide. That's this guide here, okay? A little bit easier to understand than some of the other ones. But we're on weather. So here's my dilemma, guys. I am a big Obsidian user, right? The options that it gives, obviously Obsidian weathers, and I don't care about the MCM patch. It's whatever. I don't use True Storms. I don't like the mod. I tried it. I've just never been a big fan of it. I know a lot of people are. I don't like it. I like the base weather mods as they are. Wander would be something I would be interested in maybe adding. I don't need things like Darker Nights, ELFX, and the EMB does it itself for me. Here's my dilemma. I'm not going to use Mythical. I already know this. I like Mythical. It's between Obsidian and NAT. So I'll pull both of them up. And let's go over the pros and cons. Obsidian, small file size. 2.2, set it and forget it. NAT does a little bit more. 23 megabytes. And it's got an optional EMB enhancer. Okay. So what struck me with NAT is that while you can run it with ELFX, you don't need ELFX anymore. And then obviously there's 300 something images. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm going to try and find the user ones tend to be better sometimes than the mod author. Let's just take a look. And I've done comparison videos. I've just gone on YouTube and I've watched NAT and NVT, or NAT and I think Rudy was another one. There's a third EMB that I saw with natural atmospheric Tamriel. Obsidian I already know. It's either going to be Re-engaged, Ominous, or Rudy. It's one of them for my EMB. Um, I tend to gravitate back towards Obsidian, to be honest with you. I mean, I could set my clouds up a hell of a lot better than what you see here. But for a base, it looks good. You really just can't go wrong with it. Like I said, my cloud cover is gonna, and with the EMB, it's gonna be a little bit darker. My nights are gonna look a little bit different. So I think that's what it is. I think we're gonna stick with Obsidian for this. So Obsidian Weathers, yes, you go in. Now EMB time. I need, let me see, EMB helper. Okay, you're priority 5, so I need this one. Now I can activate this. Um, let's get rid of this. Do I have my EMB files? I do not think I do. They would be in your game. Okay. So I have SKSE. What else do I have? The engine fixes. I do not have uh, the EMB files that go in your game's direct folder. So that's what we need. Um, I will just use, let me just see. All right. Uh, it should just pop right up. Nope, I'm doing something wrong here. This one here, embdev.com. I don't know why I couldn't remember it. So, uh, Sus, if you're still in the chat, lurking around, this is it. Um, you're gonna come to the main page here. Uh, I think I might have bypassed everything because normally you go to download. So unless this has changed, yeah, EMB dev. All right. Normally it would be download, which we have. Download used to be over here. You'll scroll down to graphic modifications. You will find TES Skyrim SE. Click on this. It brings you to this page. So you're going to see V 0.390. You always want the newest version of the EMB files. So 3.90 is the one we want. I'm going to click on that. And then these are all the past versions, but you want to click on this little download arrow here. Okay, it's going to put it right down here. I like to put it to my desktop. So particles patch, I'm not going to need quite yet, but I will need it. Put it up here. So EMB series, right there on my desktop. Okay, right click, extract to EMB series, which is going to put a little folder right here. It's not empty, it's just the way I have mine set up. Let me minimize this, and I need my Skyrim game folder open. Let me minimize this. I will maximize this. Okay, so you guys can see this a little bit better. So the NB series folder has the wrapper version. You need 3 let me see. D3.11.dll right into your game's main, right? Steam Apps Common Skyrim Special Edition. See, there's the first one. The D3 decompiler underscore 46E, that DLL, that gets dragged over. And what is the last one? Oh, maybe it's only two. Let me check. I could have sworn it was three, and now I'm thinking things. I don't want to be giving the wrong information. Ah, so E&B series, E&B local. Hmm. Well, we'll just take everything. How about that? Yeah, I have Nordic Yashed and I have Pred Caliber's guide up, Crimson, as a third guide, and it's a little bit more of a I don't want to say like easier to understand, but it's more it's more like point A to point B. It gives you a ton of options, uh, but it's like what I consider a very awesome starter uh, setup. Plus on his website, uh, he's got a YouTube that's got like 16. He walks you through it literally. This whole thing that you're seeing me look at here, he walks you through this what I'm doing right now. It's a great resource. So what am I doing here? Yeah, we're gonna take all these. Bam, why not, right? Everything E and B. Now we need the actual E and B. So I have things installed. Let's go back to Mod Organizer here. We have Obsidian, right? So let's do a base test here. Let's run loot. We don't have any grass or floor or anything like that yet, but all right. So we have three warnings. What are these from? Plugins, not plugins. Patches. Darken needs a cleaning. Okay, good to know. Winter Sun needs a cleaning, although I don't think that E and I recommended cleaning it. So we'll go in game. We'll look at just Obsidian, and I don't know why it's not unlocking. Unlock. Okay. SKSE. I don't think I have anything ticked that I don't need to have ticked. Okay. We'll run it. And game capture. Let's see. Now the first time it loads the EMB, it takes a little bit longer. It's saying up top, compiling shaders, wait. If it takes too long, you guys aren't seeing my game, are you? Let me know when it pops up there. Hold on one second. Back out. Come on, Obes. Okay. Sorry about that. Should pop up in a second here. Okay. So let's load up Dick Nuts here. We'll delete the autosave here. I don't need that. We'll go back to where he started. We did the camping in the wood start, okay? Yeah, Crimson, I can link that for you. You can see it now? Is it good? Okay. I think you know what it is? It's my it's my cell phone. My cell phone's garbage. Give me one second here. Let me just reload YouTube. And once I closed YouTube out and reloaded it, it's spot on. Okay, there we go. We're gonna load up Dick Nuts here. I know this is the base Obsidian test without the EMB. But we do have a couple extra textures in here, so we'll take a look at some other things too. It's always good to go in game after you download so many mods. I still like to figure out, oh, I got 150 XP for alright, that's what it is. It's the mod experience. Ooh, and it crashed my game. Well, I'll be a son of a bitch. Well, the mod experience is going away. I think. Let me tick EMB helper off for right now, since I don't have one installed. I wonder why that crashed. Let me see. I'll try it again. I got a decent phone. It's not. It's a Galaxy. What was it? S9 Plus, Super Ultra Pro or some shit like that. I don't know. It's a 9. It's a base 9. It's not bad. Game also could have crashed because I loaded it up. Alduin is spawning, plus the mods that I do have in are loading. It's not like I'm loading into the alt start room. So I wonder if that's what it is. We'll try it again. Load Dick Nuts 02. You know, I have EMB helper off this time, so I'm just gonna sit here real quick and not, let my mods load up. We'll just kind of sit here. Completed unbound. Okay. Okay. Why was there a little bunny on my screen? Oh, I know what that's from. That's ridiculous. Yeah. Alright. What the hell is it from? Oh, because I have the freaking EMB files in there without an EMB. Okay. Crimson, here's the site. I'll delete this one here. Installing EMB. It's EMB dev. Here's the link. Would you like me to DM it to you? I will do that. I'll do that now. There you go, sir. One for you. We are going to get ourselves an EMB. I like ominous. Uh, let's go to weathers. All right, should be the next section, maybe? Maybe? No, economy perks, blah, 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 blah. Gameplay, blood, difficulty, alchemy, survival. I'm way off. Weathers. Uh, so we want ominous EMB. So it's on Nexus. Ominous EMB. A fireman AF. This is a manual download. Okay. You need EMB helper, which I have, SKSE, and Obsidian Weathers. So we're going to download this file. We are going to place ominous right there. We're going to extract, same like I did before, right? Let's get my game folder up. Now, Rooster, if you're still here, yeah, you saw me crash, right? I'm gonna add your diary, by the way, Crimson. I like that mod. So all these EMB, I don't need the README text. I'm gonna get rid of that, delete that. Oh, I deleted all the EMB stuff. Okay, I gotta add that back in now. That actually helps me out. Nordic, where is it? Yash Guide. Where the hell was it? Where was it? Down towards the bottom here. Fuck it. Okay. I don't know why it keeps taking me to that one. Alright. So I have to get rid of this. Delete. Version 3.9. Download. Extract. Alright. Nope. Game folder. Alright. Common. Skyrim Special Edition. Okay. Wrapper version. Alright, so yeah, it's the 2D, and yeah, I thought so too. Okay. So yeah, it's these two here. D3, D11, and the D3D compiler. Those two only. Replace. They're already up there. Don't worry about it. They literally replace them. We can close this out. We can close out EMB series. We have ominous. I do need my game folder back out again. Let me just minimize the background. Minimize this, and I will minimize OBS. So for ominous EMB, when you have the 7Z, you would extract it to itself. It gives you the folder, right? Which I now have, which is this one. Ominous EMB version 1.3. Okay. You have a couple options when installing these. The folders inside the main folder. Now the main install gives you several options. So depending on your PC specs, the strength of your rig, okay, there's full quality, there's base quality, and then there's economy, which is like the performance. Now, they're all really good. Better looking than the base game by far. So, Crimson, you said you were worried about how it's going to affect your game. If you put a full quality ominous on your rig, you are going to experience about 15 to 20 FPS loss. Probably. Maybe, I don't know. It might fluctuate a little bit. It's definitely going to dip. If you put the quality, you're probably fine. You'll probably see a 8 to 10 FPS drop, but your game's going to look fantastic. Even if you were to run the performance just because, say, you want to run a couple extra mods, you could absolutely do that. Um, your game's still going to look good. Uh, you're not going to have the FPS hit. Um, Other EMBs might have it set up differently. They may not have like, one, two, three. They may have like four. They may only have two. It may be like, all in or, you know, regular. So I'm going to choose the full quality. Okay. All of these here, whatever's after your main install, right? So I can go back to the main. There's optional things for depth of field strength, right? Stronger, extreme, cinematic, static, right? I'm not going to worry about those right now. Pretend those, just ignore those. We want the main file. I'm going to go full quality. Okay. All of these, copy. And you could just paste if you want to, or alternately, select them, and you left click. See how it says the number 4 with the wrench? It's going to drag them all right over. EMB cache, EMB series, EMB local any, EMB series any. That's it. Your EMB is now installed. If I want to install another EMB, right? I've already got the EMB, the D3, D11.dll. I've already got these two, right? So if I want to install another EMB, let's do that now, right? Say I want to use Rudy, okay? Well, here's ominous EMB. Say I want to use Rudy EMB, okay? Rudy EMB. Now Rudy's got a couple different options, so we'll select the mod, okay? Expand this up. It's for COT, which is climates of Tamriel, NAT, natural atmospheric Tamriel, Equinoctium, Vivid, Rustic, Obsidian, Dolomite, ELE, ELFX, and RLO. So there's a lot of options in here with Rudy. Rudy's got a lot. It's in the files section, right? You can see the requirements too. You need EMB helper, EMB series binary. Now, if this confuses you, don't let it. It's the same thing, right? You just go to news, right? Downloads. It's the same site we were at. Graphic modifications, you would find Skyrim SE, you would find version 3.9, etc., etc. I'm not going to do that again. It may say something different. It may have embdev.com. Regardless, say we wanted to do Rudy. Files. We have Obsidian Weathers, so we would look for the Rudy EMB SE for Obsidian Weathers, right? With Andy's sun shafts and skin tones. Don't know what that is. Manual download. Okay, it's downloaded. Get rid of ominous. Delete that. Don't need it. Same thing for Rudy. Extract. Now, this is our game folder, Skyrim Special Edition. Okay, we've already got the EMB mains. Even when my headset is plugged in charging, it still shuts off on me. I have no idea why. I'll have to figure it out. So we have EMB cache, EMB series, EMB local, EMB series any. Okay, so let's see what Rudy gives us. Alright, Rudy for Skyrim Special Edition 4.0, OF, or OW, Obsidian Weathers. So it looks a little bit different, see? README, add-ons. This is the main one here up top, okay? But let's just check what the add-ons have. So add-on rain textures, The Night Eye EMB fix. So this is a good one to have for, my vampire. This is why I was looking at Rudy. Uh, Ominous also has an EMB, a Night Eye fix too. It's just a little bit more in depth. It's got a zip file for the night sky. I'm not sure what this one is. I'll have to look into this. Weaker depth of field, stronger depth of field, static. Anyway, we want the main file here. Skyrim SE folder. And you see, these files are the ones that we would type in. Just doesn't have the cache, or cache, or however you say it, right? Now I'm not going to install Rudy because I want Ominous, but that's how I'm just showing you how they do look a little different. You would do the same with these three that it gives you. And then you would copy and paste, and it would say something like, do you want to overwrite? Yeah, we would, but we'll delete Rudy for now. Come here. Deleted. All right, so we have Ominous in. Hopefully that's the cause of the crash. I am going to delete experience. Let me make sure it didn't need anything. I wonder if I can delete this safely. Should be able to. I'll deselect it for now. It's going to give me an error message. Big deal. I could always start a new game. So we have the EMB installed. We have Obsidian installed. Let me just run loot real quick. Sorry if it's repetitive. Hey, Sword. You're lurking. Awesome that you're lurking. So we have 3 warnings. These are just from the patches, which I have not downloaded yet. And also the cleaned, I have to clean Darkened. I also have to clean Winter Sun. I have to check on Winter Sun. I don't think you need to clean this. I've read somewhere where it doesn't matter what the mod author says, you should always run the quick auto clean now because of the way that it's set up. It does so much that they say unless it's a mod like Guard Dialogue Overhaul, which says do not clean, which I think it might say up here. No, it doesn't say. Okay. Yeah. So let's take experience off. EMB helper we need on now. Okay. SKSE 64. Run. I wonder if my engine fixes were the cause for that. I don't know. I think it was because we had all that shit inside my game folder. What are you up to, Sword? How you doing? No, Rudy wasn't making me crash. And you'll see it's gonna take a lot longer because we swapped. We put the EMB back on, so it'll take another second to load up. Although I wonder if the crash was because I have the quick load. I don't know. I gotta stop messing with mods. I just gotta stick with what I know. Alright, there we go. Boris. I think that's what EMB stands for. Easy now, Boris. Unless that's just joking around, right? Let's load up Dick Nuts here. Without experience. Just a script. There's no ESP for that, so it should be good. Although you see my experience is there in the corner. Yeah, now you can see a little bit of a difference, right? There goes my buddy. Welcome to Ominous. I don't care about this. Let's just choose Akatosh. And we'll toggle God mode on. For the hell of it. Now, some things with EMBs. The sun lens flare. Shift and enter brings up your menu, but you'll notice I can still move around. See my cursor on the right? What I like to do is I like to hit the tab button. Now it makes it a little more stable where it doesn't move around. I'm sure there's a better way to do it. You'll see both the cursors there, but you want to concentrate on the small white one that's right under the word map. That's the one that's going to control things like this. So EMB, enable bloom. I'm going to disable that. What else am I going to do? You're going to want to read the EMB's description page because sometimes the mod author gives you like to go in here, let me see, constants. Ignore that, by the way. So some of the effects here, they may have settings for these. EMB lens effects. Like I said, they may have certain preset they want. Cloud shadows. Enable skylighting. Usually things I just stick with. FPS limit is defaulted to 59. I keep it there. The only thing I guess would really be bloom. Enable lens, depth of field. I want to keep depth of field on. Ambient occlusion, yeah. Okay, we'll keep that on. So save configuration up top left here. Click that. It's going to freeze your screen for a second. And then apply changes. This will freeze your screen a little bit longer. Alright, so now we're done. Don't mind the level up here. We'll take Magica. Alright. Let me just back out of here. Alright. So, Shift, Enter, turns... And it crashed my game again. Okay. Something's going on. God damn it. I would love to do a test run, Sword. I'd freaking love it. Let's run it again. This is why you test often. See, if I had like hundreds of mods in here now, I'd have almost no clue. At least now I can work backwards and narrow it down. I did test the base game, by the way. The base game was fine. Cleaned the masters, went back in game, tested that. It was fine. So it's definitely something I added. I'll have to figure it out. It's probably something I haven't used. Worst case scenario is I tweaked in any setting and I can't remember which one it is. But I think that experience mod, there was another one too. I'll have to go into my any editor and take a look. How about this? How about we start a new game? Just to see. Let's delete Dick Nuts. Alright. We'll start brand new. Okay. It'll throw me into the alt start room. What's this guy's name going to be? Harry Sachs. It's a good strong Nordic name, right? I think so.
Approach, my child, and choose
Ah,
where your new
boy.
life shall begin.
Yeah, all starts at the bottom. Yep. Let's do the, well, because we're crashing there, camping in the woods.
The woods can be so peaceful this time of year. Good hunting.
Yeah, good hunting. Okay. So no experience, right? Alright, we're good. Everything in MCM's loaded up, and let's activate the bed. Alright, so this is with EMB on to start. Let's take Talos this time. There he goes. So I was basically standing still and I crashed. Right? Let's think about this here. I guarantee if I go over to that sack and I try to loot it. Yep, crashed. How about that? How about that? Okay. I knew it. I freaking knew it. What did I change? Was it grass? No. Skyrim prefs. I messed with Bethany. I did. Yes, I did. Okay, let's close that out. Bethany settings. What did I do? Let's can we refresh this? Setup. Basic. Okay. So VSync is not okay. No locked frame rate. Windowed mode. We're gonna go ultra, right? General. I tweaked something. Trade and barter. Rooster. I have it on. Max autosaves. Intro music. Gameplay. What did I? So I switched this from 30 to 60. Interface. I turned off the Bethesda modding platform, so no Creation Club stuff. I didn't mess with the mouse sensitivity. Detail. Let's change this back to 80. This was particle 6000. Rooster, any recommendations on Beth Innie? Oh, you're saying because trade him. Okay, yeah, let's try that then. May as well, right? I don't think I have anything else done. Basic, let's just save this. Okay. Crashing when I open a container. Yeah, that'd be son of a bitch if that's what it was, right? Let's open MO2 again. Um, where is it? Let me just make sure I have. Trade and barter. Trade and barter patches. Okay. Let's disable them. Okay. We'll run it. We'll try it again. A lot of the stuff's textures. A lot of the stuff's mods that I know intimately. So there's like only a couple in here that I think are questionable. Yeah, I do for the most part too. I usually follow Nordic. I should be able to come right into game. Let's just continue. I should be able to come right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I don't want that. I have the feeling it's something else, but I'm just not sure what it is. Don't care about that. Yep, not trade and barter. Knew it. Alright. Where's Dark End? Right there. Let's take a look at what I have here. SK64 data files. Engine fixes. I did tweak something in engine fixes. Let's take a look at this. Let's expand this out. I went by the Yash guide, so base mods, right? Let's do this. Let's deactivate engine fixes completely and remove it. Alright. Now I should. Well, we'll go to the page here. Now here's the difference. Yash Guide has two options. You need to change these options after each. Nordic's got three. Right here. Oh, but it's only true reflections if only not using EMB, so technically both two. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reinstall this mod. Part 1 with manager. Download, yes. Part 2 manual. Although this looks different here. Download, extract. True Skyrim folder. Oh, okay. What's the memory? The memory patch. 99% won't need this. Okay. Download manually. Alright, so let me. Oh, I need that up. Download. Yes. Okay. So part 2 of engine fixes we're going to put right there. We're going to leave that alone for now. Let's expand this out. Go back to the top of download. So engine fixes here. Set. That's going to be all the way at the bottom. We want it all the way on the top. Under SKSE. We're going to activate that. Now, open my game folder here. Engine fixes, we're going to put these three files right in here. You see them at the bottom already? It's going to ask to overwrite, replace files, yes. Okay. Get rid of these. Now what does it say to do here? So we want regular quick save is false. I haven't touched quick save at all, so I'm leaving that true. Sleep wait time false. We didn't do that either, and I don't touch true reflections. So I'm going to leave it alone. This faster game start. This is the other new one. Bug fixes. Let's get rid of this one. I don't know this mod. I was just putting in experience. I'm not going to use this one. I know I'm not going to use this one. Let's get rid of this one too. Alternate conversation camera. This, I believe, is when you're talking to somebody. UI extensions we need. So, which one are you asking about? One of them that I deleted. I literally just looked back at the chat. I apologize. I need somebody to constantly give me coffee. Now I have to heat this back up. It sucks. I'm a room away, but it's a pain in the ass. It looks like my brother made pizza. And DiGiorno, and he did not share with me. Oh, he left me 2 slices. He's a good brother. And it's pepperoni, so I'm okay with this. Oh, SSC engine fixes? Here, I'll go to the description page for you. Okay. It's an SKSE64 plugin, so when you go to the Yash guide, one of the most essential mods in Skyrim Special Edition. The main purpose of this mod is to fix an issue the game has concerning plugins. Your game can start losing performance when you have several plugins installed. It doesn't even have to be that many. And it still happens if the plugins are empty. Uh, it also fixes a lot of other issues with the Skyrim engine. Enables achievements when you have mods installed, which you guys know. Uh, all the console modders know, or console gamers know, that once you mod, it just disables your achievements. So I don't know if you guys noticed, the last time I did go through this, right before I started to have issues, I was getting achievements. It's because of this mod. Nothing major. I could care less about the achievements, but it's one of the features of this. Fixes the false save corruption bug and much more, which is what you're changing down here. If you have a problem with the corrupted save, it means you installed SSC engine fixes incorrectly. Simply download it once more. Okay, which I just did. And then we are going to check the any. Oh, I have to put the. Oh no, I already did. Okay, yeah, I'm losing my mind here. That's these 3 files down here. Okay. All right. So they're installed. So now what do? We go to. Uh, you go to here to any files, enginefixes.ini, and open in Explorer. Okay. Now, this is going to look really confusing, so let me minimize some of this stuff here. I will pull up Notepad. So what do I need here? We want regular quick saves false to regular quick saves true. So, Rooster, this was what I was telling you about. When I changed it to true, it was making hard saves for me, which I personally don't like. I've never had an issue with quick saves. And the sweep wait time true, that I do like. That's this one here, sleep wait time false. We want sleep wait time true. This is how you edit your any files. If I wanted regular quick saves to be true, that would be this file here. I would just take false and I would put it to true. So I'm going to leave that. Oh, I have to save it. So file, save. Then I can close this out. I believe I can close this out too. Enable, yeah, so here it is 9. Enable achievements with mods true. Regular quick saves false. Sleep wait time. I think I put that to true. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, it didn't, okay. Okay. Let's save that there. All right. What else? I have the unofficial patch. It should be here. Unofficial Skyrim Special Edition patch. Right here. I have it. Alternate conversation camera. Let's take a look at my list here. Let me sort of expand it a little bit more. Anything UI bug fixes. I know these mods here can go up top, above unofficial patch. So let's take a look at the plugins. Rooster, how much you want to bet that said I had Obsidian underneath alternate start? How much you want to bet that was it? Because I installed Obsidian, and you were sitting there telling me the whole time, "Oh, did you drop Alt Start down?" And I'm like, last time I looked, it was at the bottom, and then I didn't see Obsidian. How much you want to bet that was it? uh, let's see what else. Let me just take a look here. See if there's anything UI or patch. All right. Yeah, so now alternate start is at the very bottom on the right hand side. Let's get rid of these two saves. Let's delete these out. Actually no. Yeah, we'll load it up just and see. Legacy needs to? I've run it there before and it's been fine. Although I'm not sure about HD LODs. I'll leave it on for now, but let's just try this out here. So all ESMs. See, I've heard otherwise. I've heard both. I've heard if you follow the damn headphones. Sorry. I've heard that if you follow the guide, uh, according to uh, the way Nordic has it set up, it's fine. I actually ran Atherler's first test where he made it to like almost level 50 without moving all the ESMs up to the top. But the first time I played, I just I moved them all the way to the top just by instinct because it said ESM. Although I think I was using loot to sort my load order back then too. So, all right. So let's just get rid of all this crap. Let stuff load up. Let's check out Aldo in here. Yeah, he looks pretty good. It's a good spot for a screenshot, right? Right here, he crosses right over your path. Alright. Well, let's see. Let's play around in the fire. Let me try and activate the cook pot, see if that does it. Alright, so I can activate that. No, it crashes there too. Son of a bitch. You guys understand why I get frustrated? I'm trying to think what else. It must be something that's merged. Hold on, let me check my textures folder. Get rid of all this stuff on the bottom here. Plugins. Don't need that. Data. Nothing, okay. Nothing, huh? Get Rudy off. Let's take a look at my stuff again here. All right, let's move Legacy up. Although why it defaults underneath there, I have no idea. Let's take a look at my plugins here. Uh, Blended roads, better dynamic snow, ash, HD LODs, trade and barter. Let's put Winter Sun USSEP before Legacy. Wet and cold. I need it needs to go above extended, although I doubt that's what it is. Let's take HD LODs off. Where is it? Let's take that off. These two saves are gonna go. I'm gonna delete these. I'm gonna delete these. Yes. Go to the recycling bin. Plugins. Alright, let's run this. Let's try this. Trial and error, Soner. Dude, there are days where I just like have off. Like tomorrow would be a day. I might wake up in the morning, uninstall, reinstall, and just download completely without even ever getting in game to check shit out. I'll just go off my old Nordic Guide setup, and the game's gonna run perfectly. Who knows? We got the EMB installed already. What's this guy's name gonna be? Right? Good name for a Nord. Mike Oxmal. Oxmal. Yep.
Approach, my child, and
That's an
choose
old
where
one
your
though.
new
That's
life shall
one from
begin.
the 70s. Let's do that same camping in the woods.
The woods can be so peaceful this time of year. Good hunting.
Yeah. Let's check MCM real quick. See if maybe I'm missing something here. Let's start enabling some stuff just for the hell of it, right? I don't need to better vampires. We don't need to matter of time. iHUD. Let's just do the base activation stuff I would normally do, right? But leave it alone. I'm gonna shut off completely. I don't care about my hunger rate right now. I don't care about my thirst at all. And I definitely don't care about my fatigue. You're off. You're golden. Anything else that I can take a look at? I doubt it. It shouldn't do that. Wet and cold. Not worried about. Summer mist, don't need to worry about. Okay. So, let's try this again. It's good that you guys get to see this stuff though, because this is stuff that I deal with on a daily basis. I'm sure this is stuff that many others. Let's take Debella, right? Let's See, I can see it stuttering in the corner there. There goes Alduin. Alright. Let me F5 right here, quick save. Alright, so he's already passed. We'll try and interact with something. I could take the woodcutter's axe. Awesome. Let me try interacting with the cookpot again. Alright, that's good. Didn't crash there. Alright, here's the test. Let's sneak up on the bag. Oh my god, that's what it was. HD LOD textures. Do not install that. That's what it was. The LODs are gonna look terrible, by the way. But let's go. Oh, or TGM before I. I'm a heartless bastard. So, for those of you who are wondering what my main issue was, I'll show you right now, kind of. So, this is where I was testing from. One of the places, right? Now, see the tree line right in front of me? The mountains are right behind that. When you look over to where the grass starts, and to kind of, I'm going to kind of take the cursor and point. Alright, so see where the little white cursor, it's going to appear on your screen in a second there, once the E and B comes up. Yeah, I also moved Legacy, but I've had Legacy there before without any issue a couple times. But I mean, hey, if it works, it works. Like, if it's, you know, if they all need to be up there, that's what it is. Alright, so look at that white cursor in the center. Okay, so where the grass is, and I don't have any grass textures on there. Okay, keep in mind I don't have a grass mod in yet. Now look directly underneath the ruins to Bleak Falls Barrow. See where that cursor is right there? Okay, so keep your eye on that. I'm gonna close down my E and B thing here. Okay, so it's back to normal. Okay, those places had, like, the grass and the textures that you see here look better than when I had the grass and the LODs installed. That's how bad it was. It was blocky. To give you an example, we'll go to Markarth. Markarth was a major, like, fuck you, Mike, to me last night. It was just, it hated me. Hated my guts. Oh, I do have the jumping on. Awesome. Yay. Yay for mods. Although he's jumping like a weirdo. Alright, get up here. Alright. Up. Come on. You're Nord. Give me a second here. I have to figure out. Alright. I know it's like SW something. I can never remember the weather console command. SW 10E1F2. Okay. SW 10E1F2. I'll have to write that down. Yes. 10. 1. Okay. Just so I can clear up the weather a little bit here. SW 10 1 2. Okay. So then if I wait, that'll clear up the weather. Okay, now here's the important thing. Ah, fuck. We could check it out from here. Alright. See the road on the other side of the bridge there? Right? Yeah, Rooster, I have no idea. But why would, although trade and barter was... That's what it was. Trade and barter was above where legacy was, right? No, it couldn't have been. It was below it. We had legacy above. It wouldn't have mattered because legacy was still above it. So my lot issues here, okay? Look towards the road, opposite that bridge, right? Look at the, the little the vanilla grass patches on the side there, right? And then look up on the mountain, and you see how it's semi-barren, but you can see a couple of the juniper trees and whatever, right? This whole, here, I'll do this again, just to give you an idea. So watch the cursor, okay? This whole section of the mountain right here, and this whole part of the road, up to where the grass was here, with Vadosbrum, from where I'm standing right now, okay, was all like just green and like 1D, like patchy, blocky. The base game looked better. Then, when I looked over there, the water was perfect. I was using realistic water too. Let me just put the sign back up here. So, oh, hold on. Doesn't like me now. Alright, where the water ends right there. Okay, you're looking downstream. See how it looks kind of barren there? I don't have a grass mod installed. It's just basic landscape. This is, noble landscape. Right? It was all green, and I'm standing right here and it looked like shit. Whereas now I can come in game and I can be like, alright, you know what, it's not that bad. Since I'm in God mode, I can run, right? Now this is normal, except I have a nice looking road. All these patches right here, see how it's barren? With your grass is supposed to populate here? Well, this was all like one color of puke green, and it pissed me the hell off. Anyway, let's quit out here. Sorry about the rant. You can understand why I was a little upset. What is this? Console command. Let's get that off here. Okay. Bam. Now. So we did E and B. I don't know where Sus went to. I think is Sus still here? Maybe. Maybe not. I'm kind of curious to see if HD LUD. It's gonna look like shit. I'd have to generate them, but what else do I have that I don't want? Let's that experience mod. Let me see if I can get that back. So these are the ones I uninstalled. Experience, and then this is the one that's supposed to faster game start, right? So I'm gonna reinstall this. So this one's for faster game start. This one goes right under top here. Under engine fixes. Enable that. And what was the other one? Experience. Yeah, why not? We'll throw it back on for the hell of it. This one looks good. Okay. And this one goes all the way up top. And we'll put that under this one. And I believe... Alright, so alternate start. So let's see if it does load the game faster. We'll take a look. I don't know if it means getting from the main screen into game or to getting to this screen here, but we'll see. We'll just yeah, we'll load the autosave up, even though like you're not supposed to. We'll see if it crashes. Crash! Come on. Not really. I don't really notice a difference. Let's go punch a mud crab. Let's see if we can get experience. I want to see how this thing works. Right? No, I guess it doesn't do that, huh? Oh. Does it have... It's just an SKSE script, right? Alright. There was an experience mod. I remember watching somebody do a playthrough. Every time like you'd kill an enemy or whatever, or every time you'd hit them or do anything, you literally gained experience from doing everything. Picking flowers here, you'd gain experience from that. I don't think I need it. And the EMB's off, and you can see how bright the game is. I don't like it. There we go, it's a lot better. Alright, let's get out of here. So what do you think? Enough for one night? I mean, I'm probably gonna, if I stop streaming, I'm probably gonna continue doing this. I have a shit ton of coffee left. I do need a cigarette, though. I've been getting antsy. But at least that got sorted out. I don't think I'm gonna need experience or this. I don't notice a difference. I'll just remove them. And then these, I'm gonna get rid of all these saves here. Don't need those either. Alright, so I think that's about it. Get rid of the EMB files here. I don't need these either. Particles patch. Oh, this is the other thing too. Blah 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 blah. I forgot about this one. Where is it? Do, 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 do. I think it's under. Here it is. All right. Scar and particle patch for EMB. Fixes a lot of problems with the meshes. This is under main texture mods. Let's see. What do we do here? Only for clean menu. Oh. Oh, so you're gonna hide the mesh only if you're using loading screen smoke remover or clean menu, which I don't have either of those. Okay. So let's see here. Particle patch. Oh no, I think I could just add it in. Okay. Rooster, if I'm doing this wrong and you see it, let me know. Where is it? Particle patch for EMB zip. Manual. Set. That's a good sized file. What was it under? Right above enhanced texture detail. Okay. ETD. Put it right there. Delete that. Da, 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 da. Okay. All right, guys, I think that's about it for me for tonight. I'm at least gonna take a break, depending on how late I stay up. I may come back on and do this. I'm gonna jump into Discord real quick, but I'm gonna go outside for a smoke. I've been antsy. Didn't really. I'm trying to quit, so I've limited myself today, and I could feel it like nicotine withdrawal. So trying to quit. It's a pain in the ass. Don't start if you do. Um, yeah, I'm gonna call it here for the day. HD LUDs, yeah, they're. Oh, I'll leave them. I'll leave them deactivated. Yeah, I'll leave them deactivated for now. So, um, all right, I'm gonna jump back into Discord. So that's EMB. Actually, I'm happy we tested it like that because it's had a crash issue already, which I'm not happy about, but at least it's fixed. Or at least it is for now. Adding the grass and the trees, I'm definitely going to be doing some testing after that, so I may actually start this back up if you guys want to see it. If not, no big deal. I'll probably be doing it by myself. So I really appreciate you guys joining me. We'll talk to you in Discord. All right, peace.